Okay, we're going to go ahead and go through the way that we're going to make this kaleidoscope, and these are very, very easy, but I want to give you the chance to see it done first so that way you feel a little more comfortable. We have several things laid out here on the table. I've got scissors, I've got a marker, I've got a pen, tape, beads, toilet paper rolls. Every student will need one plus a piece of another one. So if you have a kitchen roll piece, that'll work just as well. You can cut that down for all the students. That will need to be approximately 2 centimeters. And I'll show you, as I go through, I'll show you what I'm talking about. You'll also need a piece of plastic. I'm going to guess that there might be some with the yogurt containers, or there could be some in the supply room in the recycle area. So just regular plastic. This is off of a takeout container when we did a takeout meal. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Oh, I forgot to mention silver paper. I believe in this store, in the supply room, there is mylar or silver paper. So something that's somewhat rigid that can be folded would be great. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that the kids might want to do is you might want to have them decorate this first. And they can decorate it with paper to wrap around. They'll wrap it around with, and then cut it with glue or wrapping paper. I believe there was some paper in the supply room. So you'll need that. So I'm going to pretend that it's wrapped. And now what I'm going to do is work on the mylar. And the mylar, we're going to measure that as 10 centimeters by 15. So let me do my 10 centimeter mark first. And this is stuff you might want to prep ahead of time. So there's my 10 centimeter mark, and I need to go down to 15 centimeters. So I'm just going to go like this and cut that in just a second. So here's my first piece. I'm going to just cut that out. And again, this could be something that could be done ahead of time or with the ladies in the office to help, if they could help you out. That would be great. This does take a little while. That's why I have very few activities today. Okay, now when you get this paper, we need to actually turn this into a triangle. You'll see that it's the same length. We're going to turn this into a triangular piece. So we're going to fold in, and then we're going to fold in again. Kids will probably need help with this. I know adults sometimes need help with it, but we're going to fold it shiny side out. Once we have this done, we're going to get a piece of tape, and we want to tape this so that way it doesn't pop apart. So I'm going to put a piece of tape here and fold that over like that. So now I have a triangle that's got a little piece of tape on it. In my decorated tube, like I said, it's not really decorated. I'm going to just kind of squeeze that in, and it looks like my cup might be a little too big, so you may have to, like I said, test one first. I'm going to take a little bit off of this one just so I have room to work. So give me 1 second, and this is something that could really come up while you're doing this. There we go. I think that looks a lot better. We'll give it another try. Okay, still a little big, so we're just going to keep rolling. I'm going to get this to a point where it will just work. There we go. And don't know why I'm doing that outside. My apologies. That's actually supposed to be folded inside. Like I said, I don't know what I'm thinking. Must be all the heat. There we go. We're going to take another little bit off. So I think you're going to want to go with 10 by 13 centimeters. I think that's going to work better for you. You may have to, like I said, play with it first to see what's going to work best. Every time I do these, they come out just a little bit different. But essentially, this is what they're going to look like. There we go. Okay, so I have my triangle. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. right now, if I were to do this, if I were just to look through that hole, I have a regular working kaleidoscope, which is really cool because it's casting off images from the lake that look really neat. But what I think I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and seal this off. So I'm going to take this out for just a second. I'm going to take a little bit off of this, a little bit off altogether so that way it's shorter. I'm going to go ahead and put beads inside to turn this into a kaleidoscope that actually has a mechanism. So now for the next part, what we're going to do is take a little bit of our extra toilet paper roll, a band about this big, which would be roughly, what, 2 centimeters? Yeah, about 2 centimeters. I'm going to trim that because I need this slightly smaller than the inside of my tube. So I'm just going to make this and use a piece of tape to hold this together. This will be the device that spins. This is the controlling mechanism. Okay, and before I go any further, I need to get some plastic. So I'm going to trace out of this piece of plastic here. I'm just going to use my marker. And I need 2 of these for each. So I'm going to use 2. Or make 2. And if you have paper, plastic, sheets of plastic would work just as well, but they need to be sturdy. So again, I'm just going to cut really quick into this. I'm going to cut these out. Just cut them right on the rim. One of them is going to have to be trimmed a little bit different than the other. Let me get rid of some of this extra plastic. There we go. Okay, so now, again, this could be pre-assembled so the kids don't have to do this part. They can work on the assembly, or this is great for learning how to trace using markers and everything else. Some kids here have problems with that. Okay, and we're going to just get it as close as we can to the edge. Let me get rid of some more of this extra plastic. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to finish cleaning this up. We'll see how close we are to fitting, so I'm going to need to take some more off. If I can find better dimension for you, it's because it's going to have to fit inside of the roll, so we're going to cut this one a little bit smaller. It's not going to hurt it any. There we go. It now fits inside. So we're going to lay this one inside. That's going to keep our beads secure. I'm going to put a couple beads inside, and there's plenty of those in the supply room if they haven't brought them to you. Just a small handful is fine. This is about 10 beads. Then my other little piece is going to go, I'm going to get that ready to go too. Because this one's going to go, this one can go on the edge of this. So now, this is the part that's going to turn. So I've got the little ring tucked inside there. And I'm actually going to tape this or glue this to the top here. And I'm going to size this down just a little bit more. And again, it might be easier if these are pre-done before, so that way the kids can just come through and pick up what they need. It's up to you if you want to hot glue them. It will work if they get hot glued. There we go. And I'm going to tape that over the top. So I'm just going to tape this on. It does not matter if the tape goes all the way across. The whole idea is just holding it on to keep those beads in. Okay, now I'm going to tuck this down inside. And now I have a kaleidoscope that works like a kaleidoscope. And like I said, the kids can decorate this and it'll be all good to go. Email me or WeChat me if you have any questions.